and welcome to Golden Wings Angel Card Readings. This is your weekly reading coming up here from July 15th to July 21st. And I've used 3 decks and I've pulled cards from the Messages from the Fairies by Doreen Virtue. And in the middle row we have the Power Tarot by Doreen Virtue and Radley Valentine. And on the bottom row we have Magical Mermaids and Dolphins by Doreen Virtue. If you'll please bear with us, we are learning how to do all of these technical things so that we can show you the cards at a better angle. I've gotten my face in the picture this week instead of just my shoulder, so we've managed that. And although I've been reading cards for years privately, I've never tried to tackle this digital world that we're in now, and it's kind of a new thing for me. So as I get the right equipment and I start upgrading, I will be able to actually show you this layout in a much better situation so that it's not already laid out for you, and I can get myself in the video, and that way obviously it'll make for a nicer video. In the meanwhile, this is still important messages that I would really like you to have, so we'll just keep kind of forging along as I get better at this and as I'm able to get the right equipment so that you can have a better view. For right now, I'm doing all of my shuffling and my praying and my intention, asking my spirit guides to help you with these answers off screen so that when I do get on screen, because of the situation I kind of have right now, that I can just get straight to the interpretation. So, okay, here's your weekly reading, and we're going to start with the top row. I'll show you the cards first, and then I'll kind of give you a broad overview of what I think is happening for us this next week. In the top row, we had the Messages from the Fairies, and the first card we have here for the week, and let me get it right up here, is Walk Away. And the text on the card reads, "Leave the unhealthy situation and enjoy the new doors that open as a result." The middle card we have is Assertiveness. And so I'm trying to get it close enough here without a glare. But the cards are so beautiful, they sometimes have a glare with my camera. The text for Assertiveness reads, "Stand up for your beliefs and only say yes if you really want to." And the third card is Autumn. So any of you that have a question that you're wondering, and it's usually the first question that comes to your mind, if you have a timing question, it says, "In the fall season, everything comes together and you reap wonderful harvests of abundance." In our middle row, we have 10 of Gabriel to start, 6 of Gabriel in the middle, and because we just couldn't go a week without it, we have the 16 Change Your Life right at the end of the week. For the Magical Mermaids and Dolphins, we have Waves of Prosperity. Get this close enough that you can see it. The text reads, "New abundance and exciting opportunities wash over you now." Then we have Make a Wish. I love this card. This is my favorite card. Let's just have this card. We'll just have this card in every slot, every week. This is a magical moment. Make a wish and enjoy its manifestation. These cards are really light, so with my lighting. And then the last card is funny because, again, if you had a question that you were asking yourself, if it's a yes or no question, this card is actually a yes or no answer, and then your timing up here would be the Autumn card, which is your intuition is correct, take action accordingly, and the answer is yes from your Mermaids and Dolphins. So, as we're looking at this, we have the beginning of the week is this first row here, this would be middle of the week, and this would be the end of the week. So at the beginning of the week here, we have this card that's saying, walk away, saying leave the unhealthy situation. So there may be a few of you that have been in a situation recently where you've been wanting to make some changes, and you know that it's time to make changes, or it's been time to make changes for a while, and you're just procrastinating on doing it, or whatever reasons you have. They could be very valid reasons, but basically you're not making the changes that you need to make. And this card here is saying this is a good time to do this. You know, there are better times in your life to make changes than others, especially something as difficult as possibly walking away from a bad or an unhealthy situation. And so this is saying start to make plans. You know, if you need to start putting money back, if you need to start organizing things, whatever it is that you need to do, the beginning of next week has some very good energies for making plans to walk away. Okay, the next card, midweek, is assertiveness. I held it up closer so you could see it before. Now I'll keep it further away. And basically this card is a reminder that it's really hard to set boundaries, isn't it? I mean, people ask you things all the time. They want you to give of your time and attention and your finances and everything else. And for some of us, it's very hard to say no. For some of us, even when we don't want to, we say yes. We end up getting ourselves in a further pickle by saying yes and then not really wanting to. And then it turns out where we're resentful, quietly resentful or almost passive aggressive about this. And so this card right here is saying to set some boundaries. It's okay to set some boundaries. Don't be afraid to say no. And it says only say yes if you really, really want to. Okay? You know, it's okay to tell somebody, you know, not right now, I don't really feel like it, okay? Or, oh, thank you so much for the invite, but I'm going to have to pass. Or, you know, at this point, you know, I usually help you out and I'm always here for you, but at this point, I need to, you know, take some time for myself. Anybody that's truly a friend or that's not using you will understand if you set healthy boundaries. You don't have to be rude. You don't have to be mean. Just say it like it is, and as much as you can, you know, you can try and wrap yourself with, you can talk to Archangel Michael and ask him to come down and wrap you in his purple light and try as hard as you can, because I know how difficult it is for some people to set those boundaries and speak up for yourself. And then this was that timing question, autumn. And so if, you know, it's usually the first thing you think in your head. If you, if I turned that card over and you were thinking, I wonder when I'm going to get that new house, or I wonder if that new job's going to come in, or any question that you had that you were wondering about, this is saying autumn is the time. And that's not too long. And so what's interesting is these cards to me are a progression, like and it doesn't mean that nothing will happen till autumn. It's just saying that autumn is a really auspicious time for the energies for whatever question it is. Timing question that you would like to know. And in the meanwhile, you know, you can work on your assertiveness, right? And you can work on, if you need to walk away from something, you can work on getting your ducks in a row so you can do that. Okay, middle row, 10 of Gabriel. This is the card, this is like the burnout card, right? This is the card where you're trying to do too much on your own, you're not relying on other people, you're not asking other people for help, and this card has been coming up quite a lot in my readings lately, and I feel like this is just a universal energy right now. We're all really striving to do things and get things done and make a difference in our own lives. We're ready to make changes, we're ready to go to look inside, we're ready to go somewhere different. All of these things we're ready for, and so we attack it, you know. We go out there and we say, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do this. And then all of a sudden we turn around, and after the initial surge passes, we're done. I mean, we have no energy for anything else. So this is a card to say to try to pace yourself a little bit more, because if you don't pace yourself, then you might turn around and find out that you're just completely burnt out. And also, you know, there's an angel up here in the corner, and, you know, they're saying, ask your angels for help, right? You're not alone. Ask for help. 6 of Gabriel is next. And this card is a really nice card, actually. It says you've done a wonderful job. Time to move on to the next project. I'm going to move down here. Time to move on to the next project. Awards, scholarships, or promotions. So, you know, there's more that awaits you is what this card is saying. It's time to move on to the next level. Once you've taken the time to ask for some help, And to make sure that you're not burning yourself out, it's time to look at some new projects and see where, maybe your next journey is going to take you. Of course, coming into the future here, it's saying our work isn't quite done yet, like it ever is, right? This here is Change Your Life. It's traditionally the Tower card, and it's usually heralding that there's more work to do. There's more changes coming. Something is not quite done yet. Something that you've been working on or trying to get away from or trying to change is not quite gone deep enough, or there's just some other life events that are going to come and shake you up a bit so that you can move on to the next level. All of these changes aren't bad. It's hard because you look at this card and you think, oh boy. But, we've been dealing with this now since January, this kind of energy. It comes up quite a bit. And really what we need to do is embrace the positive and recognize that all of these changes are in our highest good. And that's what we're asking for right now. We're asking for our angels and God and Earth Mother and all of these things that surround you. We're asking for change that actually promotes something for our highest good. And this card says that that's coming. So, we need to embrace that. So we have waves of prosperity. I'm sorry, these cards are hard to see. They're so beautiful. So obviously we've got some new abundance and exciting opportunities washing over you now. Make a wish midweek. Whatever it is you're really hoping for, go ahead and make that wish. And then once you do make that wish, yes, the answer that you want, or the question that you want answered is saying yes. And remember that it's usually, the answer is usually the first thing that pops into your mind. So whatever popped into your mind when I first turned that over is what the universe is telling you yes for. So this next week, it looks like we have positive energy down below here, waves of prosperity and making a wish. And then we also have some challenge cards in the fact that walk away and take time for yourself, okay? Walk away, take time for yourself so you can enjoy these waves of prosperity that are right down here. This is also saying be assertive. You've done a good job so far. Now we need to take it to the next level. Go ahead and make some new wishes, make some new plans. This over here is saying the time is autumn. The answer is yes, and we still have some more work to do. Okay? I hope you enjoyed this reading, and I'll look forward to seeing you next week. And love and light always. Thank you so much.